Welcome into Monte Vista High School in beautiful Danville, California. A wonderful day here this afternoon. Getting ready for some Crawdads baseball, on to say, along with Austin Oda. Just minutes away from first pitch. The Crawdads come in 16-8 overall, 11-6 in CCL North play. They're going to be squaring off against the visiting Lincoln Potters, who are 20-11 overall, but just 8-9 in CCL North play. Crawdads had the day off yesterday, kind of a weird Tuesday off, but that's because they played on the 4th of July on Monday against these very same Potters, but up in Lincoln. There were a lot of fireworks that night, not just after the game, but during the game as well. The Lincoln Potters blew out the Crawdads 12-3, and it snapped the Crawdads' 7-game winning streak. They were looking to make it 8. The Dads were very hot over the past 8 days, but Monday, just a bump in the road, hopefully for them and for manager Brant Cummings. I'm sure that's what they're all thinking about, just trying to get back onto the right track. Maybe the day of rest will really help them, but they're looking to get some revenge here against the Lincoln Potters, who were just able to put a boatload of runs up. And that was a game where the Crawdads took an early 1-0 lead in the top of the first, but immediately surrendered said lead and gave up 3, and were just trying to claw back into it the entire time. There were a few bright spots on Monday, a couple of solo shots for a couple of Crawdads. Matt King was able to go deep, and that was very good to see him do that. And I think he's one of the bats who's really trying to come along here and get himself going. The other guy was able to hit a solo shot was Ryan Ellis, who has seen his average jump up all the way to 299, and really that's been some good production from Ellis over the past 2 weeks. The starting pitchers for today, it's going to be Brian Green on the mound for the Lincoln Potters, and Seth Higdon is going to be making his first start of the summer. This is his 8th appearance, but the first start of the summer for Seth Higdon today, so we'll see what he has, if it's more of an opening type role, more of the opener philosophy of doing things, or if he is indeed going to go multiple innings. I know manager Brant Cummings likes to get most starters about 4 innings at least, and depending on who you are, I mean, we've seen Hollis Fanning go deep, we've seen Ryan Fleming go deep, so we'll see what Seth Higdon has on the mound for the Crawdads. The lineups, pretty much what we've been seeing over this entire summer, especially for Lincoln, with the exception of a couple of players, Camizo being one of them and Gutierrez the other. But Jeffrey David's going to lead off. He's the center fielder for the Potters today. Then it'll be the shortstop, Chase Weisenborn. Chase Stanky not catching this afternoon. He's going to be at first, batting third. Trey Furry, the DH, still trying to recover from that pinched nerve in his back, so we haven't seen him in the field, but he's DH the last couple of games. Nolan McCarthy in right is going to be batting fifth. Zachary Tremizo, the second baseman, batting sixth. Drew Stahl, the third baseman, batting seventh, so he'll be on the left side of the infield today defensively for the Potters. Matthew Lee's going to be doing the catching instead of Stanky. He's batting eighth, and then batting ninth is Kevin Gutierrez, and he's in left field. For the Crawdads, it's pretty much what we've seen over the past about 28 days. Coleman Schmidt going to lead off. He has pretty much led off every game he's played in. I don't think he's batted in a different spot. So he's the center fielder leading off. Then it'll be Ryan Ellis, who's at short, batting second. Ryan Broman left, batting third. Brian DeRoff, the first baseman, batting fourth. Then you get Joey Donnelly, who's the DH today, and been seeing a bit of that, especially during that 7-game winning streak for the Crawdads. He's batting fifth. Matt King batting sixth. He's at third. Andrew McKenna going to be back behind the dish once again today after getting a day off on Monday. So he's the catcher batting seventh. Jack Ben Shoshan is in the lineup and not just as a DH. We did see him pinch hit back on Monday, but he's going to be out in right field. So Kavares Steers getting the day off, and finally we get to see Jack Ben Shoshan back out there defensively. So those fingers are completely healed, you would figure. And Tyson Corio, the second baseman, is batting ninth. He did not play Monday either, as Kai Moody was the second baseman for the Crawdads. So the manager's just exchanging some pleasantries here before we get the national anthem started. We'll be right back for some Crawdads baseball when we return here on the Crawdads streaming network. National anthem in the books. Baseball about to get underway here in Danville, California. Crawdads looking to get back to their winning ways, something that not just Austin and I had been accustomed to, but really the entire Crawdads staff, the support staff, but more importantly, all the guys in the dugout. The winning was just coming in a multitude of ways, whether it was walk-offs or blowout wins. They had seen a lot of success, but going to have to try to start a new streak today, try to get another win in the books, try to get number 17 this afternoon. The Crawdads playing in their 25th game, or 26th game of the summer, rather. Or 25th, actually. Check that. They're 16-8, so this is a 25th game for them. And it'll be the 32nd game for the Lincoln Potters. So the Potters started their season a bit earlier, but played a lot of non-CCL opponents. So, just 8-9 in the CCL North are the Potters. The standings as they are right now: Healdsburg still in first place, 11-4 in the CCL North. The Crawdads a game back, even though they're 11-6. Lincoln is 4 games back. Solano 5 games back. And Sonoma bringing up the rears, 7 games back of first place Healdsburg. The Crawdads trying to just make it a race for number 1 with Healdsburg and try to give themselves as much distance as possible over Lincoln. It hurt them for sure to drop that big game on Monday on the 4th of July, but Lincoln a tough place to win, and especially on the 4th of July, a place where the Potters are undefeated, at least this iteration of the Potters, but that game is behind the Crawdads, and Seth Higdon is going to look to get the Crawdads off on the right foot this afternoon. This is his 8th appearance of the summer. It will be his first start. He's 1-0, has still not given up an earned run. And maybe the most impressive thing about Higdon, besides that perfect earned run average, just 2 walks and 16 strikeouts. So, coming up to the plate is Jeffrey David. And first pitch should happen here in just a couple of moments as David, who's hitting .316, is in the box. Righty against righty. The first pitch here, and that's a strike on the inner half. The count 0-1. First pitch, 4:09, 72 degrees here in Danville. And maybe some gusts, some 15-mile-an-hour gust blowing in from center. The 0-1 pitch, that hits the outer half, and the count 0-2. David, along with that .316 average, a home run, 17 RBIs. This is his 96th at-bat of the summer. The 0-2 pitch, and he fouls this away. The count stays 0-2.
Perfect day for baseball, don't you think?
Oh, it is. Don't think we've had a better day here in Danville. A lot nicer than the gloomy past couple of days. This pitch is swung on and missed, and Seth Higdon starts himself out with a strikeout here. So we have not seen Higdon start a game all summer. He gets the nod today, and he quickly gets the leadoff hitter, Jeffrey David.
Just about as good as a start you can get for Seth Higdon. He had that, a flukish foul ball maybe. No one's really had contact against him this entire summer. 2 hits, 2 walks, and 11 innings.
The pitch here to Weisenborn, and this is popped up. That'll be foul. And getting ahead once again is Higdon. The count 0-1. That was the 13th strikeout this summer for Jeffrey David. Chase Weisenborn comes in hitting .258, no home runs, 7 RBIs. But does have some pop. He's got 3 doubles and a couple of triples. This pitch misses high, and the count even 1-1. Weisenborn did not play on Monday. And the 1-1 pitch, this misses low and away. And the count 2-1. Today's umpires behind the plate calling balls and strikes. It's Ron Mosso, familiar face back there. Ron Adams over at first, and then Eric Thompson over at third. Pitch here from Higdon. This misses high. The count 2-1. Couple of misses for Higdon after getting ahead. On deck is Chase Stanky. And the 2-1 from the righty Higdon. Here it is. That hits the zone, and back even is Higdon. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Higdon just going right after the hitter Weisenborn. This pitch is swung on and missed. Now it's back-to-back punch-outs for Seth Higdon to start things off today here in the top of the first.
So we had a little bit of questioning before the game of how Seth Higdon would look starting a game, but I think he's doing all right.
No, he looks good. Always wonder these bullpen guys what they look like when they don't get a warm up and they just have to come in and start. I wonder if he was thrown in the pen before he came in, like some bullpen guys do like to do. As this pitch misses low to Chase Stanky. Stanky hitting .383, a home run, 11 RBIs. Was 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs on Monday. And the 1-0 pitch, that misses. The count 2-0. Higdon thought it was a good pitch, but not able to get the call there from Ron Mosso. So the count 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 from Higdon, and this is swung on but fouled back out of play. And the count 2-1. The defense for the Crawdads today, it's McKenna behind the plate, Duroff over at first, Corio the second baseman, Matt King at third, Ryan Ellis a shortstop, and in the outfield from left to right, it's Brome, Schmidt, and Ben Shoshan. Ben Shoshan's first day out in the field in quite some time. And Higdon fires. This pitch is fouled off of the leg of Chase Stanky, and he's down. That one hurt for sure.
Didn't he take a foul ball off his leg the other day too? It was him, right? That was in the box and took a hard fall.
I believe it was Stanky. This one looked like it was a lot more painful, though,
Yeah.
as now he's trying to walk it off, and they're going to give him a little bit of time. But so far, a very good start to things this afternoon for Seth Higdon. Back-to-back strikeouts and possibly on the way to getting Chase Stanky here for out number 3. And, boy, that would really be something. In his first start of the summer, Seth Higdon to strike out the side. 1, 2, 3. The count 2-2. Stanky's ready to go. And the pitch here to Chase. And that's a breaking ball that freezes Stanky. Sit him down, Seth Higdon. 3 strikeouts in a row to start out the ball game for Seth Higdon. Did not know that he had that in him. Not so much a strikeout pitch, but that he could come out, not from the bullpen, but as a starter and just mow through these Lincoln Potter hitters. So, after the top of the first, Lincoln not able to score, and the Crawdads will be up to bat when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the first inning here in Danville, California. Now these 15, 16-mile-an-hour gusts of wind starting to blow in from center. See Old Glory there waving, but it's going to be the Crawdads up to bat after Seth Higdon able to strike out the side to start things off. The pitcher today for the Lincoln Potters is going to be the lefty Brian Green. He's over at UC Davis. He comes in 0-1 with a 2.61 ERA. This is his second start of the summer, 6th appearance overall. He's thrown 10 1/3 innings, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks. Oh, pretty good line on Green, but Seth Higdon, boy, still gets to keep that wonderful 0.00 ERA after the top of the first. I think that's the first time we've seen any starter come in and get 3 straight strikeouts this summer for the Crawdads.
Yeah, it's not a huge strikeout pitching staff necessarily, but It's really just Fisher Johnson that's averaging over a strikeout an inning. Everyone other than that is about at 1 or less than 1. But nice start for Seth Higdon.
So for the Crawdads, it's going to be Schmidt leading off, then Ellis and Brome. Droff batting 4th, Donnelly 5th, King 6th, McKenna 7th, Ben Shoshan 8th, Corio 9th. Coleman Schmidt, who was 0 for 4 on Monday, not typical from him. He is hitting .400 this summer, 7 home runs, 22 batted in. And the first pitch to the righty Schmidt misses away from the lefty Green, and the count 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, and Schmidt goes right after it, but comes up empty. The count 1-1. The swing and miss has been pretty much the only issue for Coleman Schmidt this summer. 6 walks to 21 strikeouts. And the 1-1. This misses away. The count 2-1. The defense for Lincoln. Matthew Lee behind the plate. Chase Stanky over at first. Chamizo at second. Drew Stahl, the third baseman. Weisenborn at short. And in the outfield, Gutierrez in left. David in center. And Nolan McCarthy over in right. The 2-1 pitch to Schmidt. This misses away. Now Schmidt is in a great hitter's count here, leading things off for the Crawdads in the bottom of the first. Still no score. If you're just joining us, Seth Higdon dominated the first 3 hitters he saw, 3 straight strikeouts. The 3-1 pitch to Schmidt, and he fouls this back into the backstop, and the count runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
We've seen that so much this season from Schmidt, being way ahead in the count and sitting dead red on a fastball, and he's just such a talented mistake hitter. If he gets in those counts, it's all him.
And even with that pitch that was a little bit away, he's got enough power where he can really put a charge into it. And the payoff pitch, Schmidt hits this down the right field line, but that's going to be foul. And the count will stay full. I think Schmidt, it's just the chase pitch he's really got to worry about. And, maybe start taking some tips from Ryan Brome, who's able to foul some of these things away. But no one has power on this team like Schmidt, or no one's been able to produce like that. This pitch misses just in and just low, and Schmidt draws a walk, only his 7th of the summer. So a great eye shown there by Coleman Schmidt, and the Crawdads have their first base runner of the afternoon.
Well, that's not a place you want to be with Coleman Schmidt on first base. Of course, the leader in the CCL in stolen bases with Kenny DeSalle of Solano. But the only difference is Coleman Schmidt hasn't been thrown out this season.
No, that's true. Coleman Schmidt has not been gunned down.
Oh,
Pickoff moved quickly there from the lefty Green.
I thought for a second there that Green had him leaning a little bit.
Pitch misses. Count 1-0. But yeah, Green the lefty today, so these base runners are going to have to be conscious of that. Ellis in the box, batting average .299, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. This pitch to Ellis runs in, and the count 2-0. Ellis had a great day on Monday. 3 for 3. Had a triple. Had a single. Had a home run. Just needed that double.
I think you could call Ryan Ellis the hottest hitter on the team right now.
That is not an understatement as this ball comes in and gets him. Oh, Ellis is hit by a pitch. And now there's runners on first and second.
That's a little worrisome off the right hand of Ryan Ellis. That's his throwing hand. He looks like he's fine. He had to take the batting glove off. He's giving it a little look, but that's really tough. This is not a guy that defensively you can lose.
He shook it out there for a moment, and it looked like that one pretty painful, but now he's looking at his hand, and he'll stay in. And defensively, you're right, Austin. You cannot lose Ellis. He's been so good over there on the left side. Been featured regularly at short. So here's Ryan Brome hitting .382, a home run, 24 driven in. 1 for 4 on Monday, had an RBI, and chops at this one, foul. That's going to end up in the dugout of the Crawdads, but Ryan Brome and Duroff batting back-to-back. So you got the lefty Brome and then the righty Duroff, who's batting in the cleanup spot to deal with today. And two of the toughest outs on this Crawdads team. The 0-1 pitch, and this is chopped straight over to the second baseman, Chamizo, who fires on to second for one, and the double play is turned by Lincoln. Schmidt is able to advance to third, but now there's two away, so a good ground ball pitch there from Green, and they'll need Brian DeRoff to come through here if the Crawdads want to crack the scoreboard.
Tough at bat for Brome. Put the ball in play as he so frequently does, but hit it right into the ground, right to a defender.
I don't see a lot of that out of Brome. So here's DeRoff, who was 1 for 4 on Monday. Pitch to DeRoff. Bounces up to the catcher Lee. The count 1-0. DeRoff hitting .348, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. He's been seeing the ball really well. The 1-0 pitch, this misses high and away. I had a chance to talk to Brian DeRoff before the game today and just asked him what was going right for him, and he says sometimes he starts out slow typically, and he just gets into these grooves where he just can't miss the ball. As he makes contact here, but it's high and foul out of play on the right side. The count will be 2-1, and I just asked him, is there anything about getting into that zone? And he says, maybe sometimes it just takes a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, just hot as a pistol, and I'm seeing everything so well up there.
Yeah, he's not a guy that strikes out a lot. You talk about that with Ryan Brome, but they have the same amount of strikeouts, and DeRoff has 16 more at-bats.
2-1 pitch, and DeRoff pops this up foul out of play once again. Count even, as you mentioned. Same amount of strikeouts, 11. Brome, though, with 24 walks, which is just incredible. But DeRoff, no slouch either, 11 walks. So even there, and with the way he's been hitting the ball, I mean, you'll take that every day. A pitch to DeRoff, and he swings and misses. A rare strikeout there for DeRoff, his 12th of the summer. Green able to get out of it without letting Schmidt get the home plate, so it is still 0-0. Really, that double play ball that was rolled up there by the Potters defense helped them out quite a bit. So, top of the second, when we return, we'll see Seth Higdon back out on the mound. More Crawdads baseball when we come up here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Second inning about to get started here. Seth Higdon on the mound was able to fan the first three men he faced. First start of the summer. Would say it's going pretty well, Austin.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's going to be Trey Furry, then Nolan McCarthy, and Zachary Chamizo, 4, 5, and 6 for the Potters. Trey Furry, the designated hitter this afternoon. Hitting .337, 3 home runs, 27 batted in. Was 1 for 4 on Monday. Pitch here, and this is swung on, and foul tipped into McKenna's mitt. That's one of the best things about McKenna back there. He's so agile and nimble and very good at catching those foul tips. 0-1 pitch misses high. The count 1-1.
3 batters, 3 strikeouts. You look in my my scorebook from yesterday. It looks just like my wiffle ball numbers.
Hey, wiffle's tough, man. The 1-1, this bounces up to McKenna, and the count 2-1.
It was a rough day at the office for me yesterday in our wiffle ball league. Got roughed up a little on the bump, and then didn't get a hit at the plate. Not that you care, not that anyone really cares.
Two-way player, man. The 2-1 pitch from Higdon, and this is fouled back, and that'll end up in the brush behind the bleachers, and the count even at 2-2. Yeah, what's it like being a two-way superstar?
They call me the Jack Bench Shoshan of Cupertino Wiffle Ball League. So
a great comparison.
Right.
So here's the 2-2, and this is a screamer but foul. The count stays 2-2. Higdon maybe missed a little up there. This is Furry's 96th at bat, and he takes a pitch here high, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Trey Furry. The payoff pitch, and that's in there. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Seth Higdon.
Dealing.
Wow.
Higgy's hot.
Yeah, so the first 2 were punch-outs with swings, and the last 2 have just frozen the batters of the Potters. So that's 4 in a row set down on strikes by Seth Higdon, and here comes Nolan McCarthy. First pitch to McCarthy is a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count 1-0. McCarthy comes in hitting .308, a home run, 8 RBIs. 2 walks and 14 strikeouts for McCarthy. And there's that good breaking ball there that hits the zone, and the count 1-1. 2 walks, 14 strikeouts. That is not where you want to be as a batter. And the 1-1 pitch, that's foul tipped into McKenna's glove. And boy, McKenna, man, he does it all defensively, and it's just very impressive.
Yeah, he's a stud back there. Absolute wall.
Setting up outside is McKenna, the 1-2 pitch, and this is hit weakly on the ground down the third base line.
I wonder what it is about Seth Higdon on the mound. A lot of the time in the majors, guys, even when they don't throw hard, they have crazy RPM numbers with their stuff, and I think that's what it is with Higdon. Is his fastball? It's hard comparatively to the CCL. It's at about 89 to 91, but I think it just moves so much and has so much spin on it that guys can't touch it.
The 1-2, and this is hit over to Corio, who has it off of second, fires the first, and that is the first non-strikeout out today for Seth Higdon. But that's 5 in a row.
Decent start to the day for Seth Higdon, but that was a really nice play by Tyson Corio, ranging over to his backhand side, the right side, and being able to pick it, getting it in time to first base. He's a stud out there. His Crawdads defense really has been so good of late.
I was impressed with Kai Moody the other day
he's an
as well.
athlete.
So here is Zachary Chamizo. First pitch there is a strike. Damn, man, that breaking ball there, that bender from Higdon. It's a slider there, and it just bends right back in, and it's a very nice pitch. The 0-1 pitch from Higdon, that gets a big swing and a miss. Trying to chase one outside there.
That one looked like it had a lot of two-seam action on it. It was going way away from the left-handed hitter.
The 320 hitting Chamizo in a hole here. The 0-2 pitch, and here's a slider that's hit pretty hard over to Corio, but he picks it off a bounce and then tosses to first, and that's out number 3. So everything smooth sailing so far for Seth Higdon on the mound. Still has not allowed any base runners from the Lincoln Potters. Bottom of the second, the Crawdads up to hit in just moments here on the Crawdads streaming network. Bottom of the second inning. Still nothing, but Joey Donnelly going to lead things off here. It's Donnelly, King, and McKenna. Those will be the three that come up to face Brian Green. It's the only game in play right now across the CCL. And the first pitch to Donnelly, that's a breaking ball in their first strike. Lefty against lefty, and Donnelly just had to take it. Donnelly hitting .279, 4 home runs, 16 RBIs. Was 0 for 3 yesterday, but did have a walk. The 0-1 pitch, that misses in, and the count even at 1-1. Seems like Donnelly's been just stuck there on that 4 home run mark for a while. Now, it did have one robbed by Sundstrom recently, the 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike, and the count 1-2. And that was the game where Sundstrom for Healdsburg just made a couple of gems out there in right field. And the 1-2 pitch to Donnelly. He goes right after it, but hits it foul down the first base line. Five other games scheduled today in the CCL. 1-2 pitch. This is fouled away, and it ricochets both off the catcher Lee and then home plate umpire Ron Masso. The count stays 1-2. Looks like Lee and Masso are both all right. Donnelly steps out, readjusts the gloves a little bit, and he'll get back in there. All the other games around the CCL around 6 o'clock, and then one at 7 up at Arcata Ballpark. Humboldt Crabs, that's their home ballpark. There's a big swing and a miss for a strikeout there from Joey Donnelly. Donnelly goes down swinging, and that's back-to-back batters that Brian Green has struck out.
Just a tough little stretch here for Joey Donnelly. He's been all through that 5, 6, 7 spot in the lineup and hasn't really found a rhythm after being just so hot for a while at the plate.
So here is Matt King, someone whose bat might be starting to heat up here. Was 1 for 4 on Monday, had a home run, big solo blast. First pitch to King, misses, and the count 1-0. King so far hitting .245, 2 homers, 8 driven in. Setting is Green, now firing, and King smashes this deep to left, but it does go foul by quite a bit. King thought, might have a chance at another here, but a little out in front.
I think the bat's starting to come alive for Matt King. He's seeing the ball well. That ball that he had in Lincoln the other day was clobbered. Even though the ball flies there, that would have been out just about anywhere.
I think for sure it would have been out here, unless we get 40-mile-an-hour winds coming in. The 1-1 pitch to King, and he ropes this into center, but straight at the center fielder, Jeffrey David, for out number 2. Another good swing on the ball there, just unfortunately right at David.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with that at bat if I'm Matt King. Caught a barrel, got a good piece of the bat on the ball. Definitely seeing the ball better right now than he was at the start of the summer.
Oh, here's Andrew McKenna, who is still getting acclimated to things in the CCL here, just hitting .125. Does have an RBI, though. But his defense has been on display early as he hits this pitch high to left field. Moving back on it is Gutierrez at the wall, and he makes the catch. So giving a ride there to the baseball was Andrew McKenna, was looking for his first home run of the summer. Would have given the Crawdads the lead, but it is still 0-0. Top of the third coming up. More Crawdads baseball when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the third, about to get started here in Danville, California. Seth Higdon has been nothing short of excellent so far on the mound today for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. But it is still 0-0. Neither team really able to get anything going. The Crawdads had a chance in the first. They did have a couple of runners on, but double play ball, rare double play ball hit by Ryan Brome. Oh, it's going to be Drew Stahl, then Matthew Lee, and Kevin Gutierrez. Bottom three in the batting order for the Potters. Drew Stahl played with the Potters last summer, batting just 180. Home run, 6 RBIs. It's only his 18th game, though, this summer. There's that slider. The miss is low. Count 1-0. Higdon delivers. And there's a fastball. He was looking for the outer edge there to the righty Stahl, but just missing a little low, perhaps, was Higdon. The count 2-0. The 2-0 pitch to Stahl, and that misses as well. Behind 3-0 now is Seth Higdon, who's going to take a deep breath out there on the mound, try to conjure up a strike here. And the pitch. And that's in there. So able to get that fastball over for strike number one was Seth Higdon. And now working quickly is Higdon, and he gets a big swing and a miss.
So we mentioned this last time we saw him in a 3-ball count, which feels like about forever ago, but Higdon just has this uncanny ability to come back into the zone and hit a corner, not just throwing right down the pump.
Setting up outside is McKenna. The 3-2, and this is hit. A couple of bounces over to King just off of third, and he fires the first. A bit of a low throw, but in plenty of time. And an easy catch for Duroff over there. There's one away, so even falling behind, like you just said, Austin, 3-0, and just fires in a couple of strikes and then really forces the batter to maybe go after something he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to face Seth Higdon. I think if there's one, there's a couple of guys on the Crawdads roster that, if I had to face someone, it would not be Seth Higdon. It would not be Hollis Fanning.
Pitch here from Higdon is fouled over near the dugout of the Potters. Matthew Lee in the batter's box, another righty, hitting .250. No home runs, 4 RBIs. He's catching today. Has walked 5 times and struck out 12. The 0-1 pitch, this is a fastball that McKenna tries to slyly pull down there, but count 1-1 as that misses high. At 6 o'clock, the Arroyo Seco Saints going to be visiting the Academy Barons in Compton. The 1-1 pitch, and that's a breaking ball. Looking for a check swing strike there, but appeal down to first base umpire Ron Adams. He says no swing, and the count 2-1. At Arnold Field in Sonoma, the Prune Packers visiting the Stompers at 6:05. The 2-1 pitch, this misses high, and for the second consecutive time here in this top of the third, Higdon is going to have to pitch with 3 balls up on the board. But that Prune Packers and Stompers game has some implications depending on what the Crawdads do today. The 3-1 pitch, and this is fouled down the third base line. The count runs full.
Yeah, of course. Now the Dads, they got that deficit up to a full game and a half, and now it's sitting at just 1. So, Crawdads could be in first by the end of the day.
Payoff pitch, and there's a beautiful breaking ball. And striking out Matthew Lee is Seth Higdon. That is now his 5th strikeout already.
Man, I think I figured out what it is with Higdon is it's a deceptively uncomfortable at bat because he starts out and he does a casual rock over the head with his arms. He's very compact. He doesn't have all the moving parts of a guy like Colson Abel or that vicious release like Hollis Fanning. He's calm, but it jumps out of his hand, and that's what makes it so devastating.
Pitch here to the number 9 hitter, and he pops it up very high, does Gutierrez, right behind the second base bag, and Corio has it. Just a few steps onto the infield dirt for out number 3. So just on cruise control now is Seth Higdon. He is now set down 9 in a row And the bottom of the third is going to come up when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. It is still 0-0, but we'll see if that changes next half inning as Ben, Shoshan, Corio, and Schmidt are up to bat. Bottom three here in Danville, California. Still 0-0. Kind of interesting to see these two usually pretty offensively potent teams still not cracking the scoreboard yet. Scoring got started off immediately on Monday. Or 4 runs scored in the first inning between these two teams. And 15 total. So here is Jack Ben Shoshan, who's hitting .238, no home runs, 6 RBIs. He did pinch hit on Monday, but couldn't convert, so was 0 for 1.
Gets to play his walk-up music for the first time.
A pitch here, and that's a bit of a high strike there, but the count 0-1 to Jack Ben Shoshan, righty against lefty. The righty in the box is Jack Ben Shoshan.
So some insight on Ben Show from the other day. His parents were in the stands, of course, and I'll let the pitch come in.
The 0-1 pitch, and Ben Shoshan hits this hard into left, but ranging over to make the catch is Gutierrez. A good swing put on the ball there by Jack Ben Shoshan, but there's one away.
So his parents were in the crowd, of course, and his dad came over with this massive snow cone, and Ben Show was like, hey, I want one of those. So Mr. Ben Shoshan brings over a snow cone for Jack to munch on during the game. And, you know, Ben Show assumed he wasn't playing in the game because he wasn't in the starting lineup. And then in the 9th inning, you know, coach said grab a helmet, and he had to face 3 straight 95-mile-an-hour fastballs straight out of bed.
First pitch to Corio is a strike. The count 0-1, yeah. So he goes from eating a snow cone and having a relaxing time, having to go grab the wood and get in there.
It's 95.
Yeah, against 95. The 0-1 pitch, this is grounded over to Chamizo, who goes down to a knee to collect it and throws it on to first for out number 2. Corio, that's not going to help the batting average there. Came in hitting .208 with a home run and 7 RBIs. He's been a guy who's still trying to find it, but the defense has really been his hallmark so far. And, you know, he's given the ball a few rides, especially against Healdsburg recently here, where the wind just knocked a lot of balls down for the Crawdads. But lineup card will turn over. Here's Coleman Schmidt. Walked in the first, was able to make it all the way to third.
Hey, Gabe Tanner's here.
Hey, Gabe Tanner sighting. Yep, walking into the ballpark is Gabe. Pitch here. This is hit right over to the second baseman and makes a nice sliding stop. And Chamizo making it look easy there, able to go down and then throw over to first for the third out. So the Crawdads still cannot get anything going. Still tied at 0. Top of the 4th. When we return, Austin Oda on the play-by-play. We'll be right back on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Welcome back to Monte Vista High School here in Danville, California. Austin Oda, Alon Desai here on the call. 0-0 the score. It's been a 37-minute first 3 frames. Some really good pitching. Seth Higdon back out on the bump for the 4th inning of work today. 5 strikeouts through 3 innings for Higdon. He's been really good. Top of the lineup, Jeffrey David, Chase Weisenborn, and Chase Stanky. First pitch to David. Flips foul, back behind the plate, 0-1. So the man of 2 first names and then the 2 chases back-to-back. All struck out in their first at-bats. David went down swinging on 4 pitches. Higdon delivers the 0-1. Chopper, first base side. Foul, picked up by Kavaris Tears. Right next to the dugout. 0-2.
Getting ahead quick here.
Get ahead, stay ahead. Higdon working quickly, as he usually does. McKenna setting up away. The 0-2. Right on the outside corner, but called outside by Ron Masso. Went right where he wanted to. Just throwing darts to Seth Higdon, but missed a little away, trying to get the chase. Now setting up high. The 1-2. Fouled back behind the plate off the mask of McKenna. And he gets right back up. Unfazed.
It seems to be fine. They were trying to go outside again, just a little higher, and man, Higdon.
Now McKenna sets up on the same place. Might see the slider here. The 1-2. Slider misses low. He sank that one a little too far inside. 2-2. The 2-2. Off the outside, ball 3.
That one was further outside than the last time that McKenna set up out there, but 3-2 count hasn't seemed to bother Higdon.
The full count pitch. Slider swung on and missed. McKenna's going to block it. He gets up and fires to first in time. 6 Ks now for Seth Higdon. He has been outstanding.
Yeah, we haven't. This is the best start. I mean, I know it's only the 4th, but this is the best start so far out of any Crawdads pitcher.
Not much of a competition either with how, and that says something with how good Ryan Fleming has been, with how good Hollis Fanning has been. First pitch is over the inside edge with slider to Weisenborn, 0-for-1, a strikeout in his first at-bat. Surprise, surprise. Higdon quickly delivers the 0-1, a fastball, little up high, 1-1.
What's also amazing about this is both these teams average over 7 runs a game.
Higdon takes a deep breath now, delivers the 1-1. Fastball on the inside, popped up behind the plate. McKenna giving chase, and he's going to have to watch it drop. Got a little bit of a late jump on that one, and just a strike. So Seth Higdon and 2-strike count. Water's wet. Or is it? I mean, that's up to that's controversial right now. So I don't know. What do I know? 1-2. Higdon is up on Chase Weisenborn with Chase Stanky waiting on deck. Rocks and fires. Fastball that misses low. 2-2.
You know a lot, Austin. Don't sell yourself short.
You're right. I got into the University of Oregon and their 82% acceptance rate.
Oh.
2-2. Higdon to Weisenborn. Here it comes. Slider, check swing, and Weisenborn holds up. 3-2. No appeal.
You knew where they would let you in. See? I told you
Exactly,
you know a lot.
exactly. I was smart about that one. So Higdon in his second full count of the inning struck out David the first time. We'll see where he goes here. He takes a step off, wants to go through the signs again. Now he resets. Weisenborn does as well. Higdon delivers the 3-2. Fastball grounded to short. Ellis pulls it. Now fires to first. Low. Picked by Duroff over at first. And he drops it at the last second. An error on Ryan Ellis. And,
well, now we can say it.
well, there goes the perfect game. The other thing is still there that we can't say. That even though you don't believe in jinxes, I'm not letting you say. That's not a hit.
Uncharacteristic low throw there from Ellis. And, you know, little uncharacteristic out of Duroff as well. We've seen him make some nice picks.
So the error goes on the shortstop, Ellis. Now Higdon has to work from the stretch for the first time against Chase Stanky, who doubled twice in that game the other day in Lincoln. Runner on first, that's Weisenborn. Higdon sets just below the letters. Now delivers the first pitch. Chopper, back behind the plate, 0-1. Potters come in their bright orange tops with blue helmets, gray pants. Crawdads in their reds with white pants, black socks. Classic Crawdads combination. Middle infield playing double play depth, looking for one to roll them out of this inning. Higdon, pickoff move to first, but back in safely is the shortstop Weisenborn.
Little different look for the Potters, who were wearing those American flag Independence Day jerseys on Monday.
It was definitely a looker the other day. The 0-1, runner goes, Chopper past first base, just foul. 0-2.
Luckily, that did not hit the bag. Luckily for the Crawdads, that is. So it could take all kinds of weird bounces, could the baseball, and who knows what happens.
So it's 0-2 to Stanky, the left-handed batter, wearing the number 18. He can catch, but he's playing first base today, giving him a little leg rest. Pickoff move. Back in is Weisenborn. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him on the move again.
They're trying to get something started here. They know they're facing a very good pitcher on the mound.
Well ahead 0-2, however, is Higdon. He rocks and fires. Chopper, left side. Ellis was ranging over to second, and that's going to get through for the first hit of the day. It goes into the outfield. And Weisenborn's going to make his way to third. That ball bounced up to the plate, and Stanky still found a way to put the bat on the ball.
Oh, maybe got a future in cricket as well.
So Garrett, there goes the other thing. So no perfect game, no hitter. And it's all Ryan Ellis' fault.
Oh, no. He did try to make a barehanded play there. That would have been
pretty impossible.
Outstanding, but that's a tough play to make, especially on a hop.
So Ellis was going over to cover the second base bag with the runner going, and I think if he hadn't been there, then he makes that play 10 times out of 10. So the Potters break the hit column. Still no runs have crossed the plate, but now runners on first and third. Squaring to bunt is the batter. Higdon's up with it. He'll go the easy way to first. A run does come home to score, and it's 1-0. Sack bunt. Now Nolan McCarthy, the right fielder, grounded out to second his first at bat. Higdon, first pitch. Foul, back behind the screen. Oh, and 1 the count to McCarthy with Stanky on second. Higdon checks him and now delivers. Ground ball, third base side, foul over into the coaching box and muffed there by a third base coach of the Lincoln Potters. No hands.
That's tough when you don't have a glove.
Well, we had Jay Stanky with the cricket hit. Maybe where's the cricket defense? They don't play with gloves.
They do not.
So 0-2 is the count to McCarthy. Higdon delivers. Slider, chopped to short. Ellis up with it. This time he fires to first in time to get the runner. The Potters do score on a hit, an error. They leave a runner on second base. 1-0 now the score. The Dads bats coming up to hit here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Back for the bottom of the fourth inning, Ryan Ellis due to lead off. Made a pair of errors in the last inning, trying to make up for that a little bit here. That first error was really tough. It cost Higdon his first base runner. Put the Dads in warning of allowing a run that they would end up allowing, unearned to cross the plate. He's 0 for 0 today. Was hit by a pitch. First pitch, slider off the outside, 1-0. I wonder if part of the reason he had trouble throwing that first ball was because of that throwing hand that was beamed his last at bat. It'll be interesting to see what he does with his swing here. 1-0 the count. Pitch misses inside, ball 2. So Ellis doesn't want to get hit twice. Batting average up to .299 for Ryan Ellis. He was hitting well under .210 for a while. 2-0. This misses up and in. 3-0, and a little looker from Ryan Ellis back to the pitcher.
Yeah, well, when you've already been hit once and then you get a close shave like that, you're going to take a peek back.
And I wonder how much, if there is any intent. These teams just played the other day. And now Drew Stahl is chirping at Ryan Ellis.
And you heard someone say, hey, Stahl, take it easy, buddy.
So a little bit of animosity here.
I don't think the Crawdads particularly enjoyed getting mollywopped 12-3 on Monday, but more importantly, that pitch was high and into Ellis.
Right, this is 3 pitches now in the 5 that he's seen that have been up and in. If you're going to hit a guy, don't go up and in. Or don't go up and in. Go down and in. Get a foot, get a leg. Hit him with an off-speed pitch. Don't try for the face. The 3-0, up and in again, and I think there's some intent there. If you miss that close 4 times, especially Ellis is the one guy that did damage the other day against these Crawdads.
Yeah, there was a little bit. I think definitely on that last pitch, that was just him saying, I'll walk you and I'll deal with it later.
Right. So, maybe a little bit of something brewing here with the Dads and the Potters. Ryan Brome, the hitter. First pitch to Ryan Brome with Ellis leading off first is fouled back behind the plate. Some new walk-up music for Ryan Ellis. His girlfriend, his family are both in attendance today, and they came up to us before the game and requested some silly walk-up songs for Brome. Did ground into a double play his first at bat, so it's all their fault. The 0-1, way down, way outside, 1-1. Brome not just one of the best hitters on this team. He's one of the best hitters in the league right now. He leads the CCL in doubles with 9. He's tied, so he's second in RBI, but the Potters have played so many games that it's hard to tell the legitimacy of that. He's only 3 behind Furry, tied with Brock Burke for second in RBI, and well ahead in the lead for walks. Pops this one up, left side, ranging over his stall, and in foul territory, he does a little pop-up dance, but makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
He's also
the first out.
He's also up there in on-base percentage as well.
Yeah, when you have 24 walks, that'll do the trick. So, an 0 for 2 start to the day for Brome. Maybe he'll send his family home. Now Brian Duroff, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ellis takes his lead. Pickoff move, but back in safely is Ryan Ellis. Brian Duroff, the hitter. Still Brian Green on the mound. Pickoff move. Wide of first, but snagged by the first baseman, Stanky.
And watch out, Ron Adams, the first base umpire over there, having to shuffle out of the way.
First pitch to Duroff. Up and away. Ron Adams, of course, not to be confused with Ron Adams.
Yes, Ron Adams of the NBA.
One and 0 to Duroff. Brian with a Y pitching to Brian with an I, and the one with the Y picks off back to first. But Ryan is safe. So there's a lot of confusion. We have a Brian with a Y. We have a Ryan at first. We have a Brian with an I at the plate. We have a Stanky that's just Stanky and not Stankowitz. Ellis goes. The throw to second is not in time. Gets into center field. And Ellis is up into second with the stolen base.
Ellis just reading green, which got to give some props to Ryan Ellis for that. And especially with a lefty there, if you mess up, you get caught out of position and you're picked off. You're caught in a rundown, but just able to make a really good read and get a great jump off of green.
Well, we talk all the time about Coleman Schmidt's speed. Ryan Ellis now second in the CCL in steals, along with the man of two names out there in center field.
Jeffrey David, one heck of a player for Lincoln, that's for sure.
The 2-0 to Duroff, high fastball, and he chases. 2-1. Chasing the pitch, not to be confused with Chase Stanky, of course.
A little frustrated with himself as he takes a walk out of the box, but I think he knows that he's got to look for something a little lower.
The 2-1, Ellis goes one more time, popped up behind the plate, and Ellis was just about to have 12 steals. He had that one beat easily.
Easily. Even if Duroff doesn't swing and make contact there, I don't know if Lee's able to pop up and then fire over to third. I think Ellis would have had it.
So now 11 steals this summer for Ellie over at second base.
Catching up to Schmidt.
Duroff in a 2-2 count. Pickoff move. Back in safely is Ellis. Ellis is just in Green's head right now.
He is. You can tell after getting stolen on and walking him.
Many could say he's living rent-free in the head of Brian Green. The 2-2. Ellis goes again. Duroff swings and fouls it straight behind the plate. Ellis had that one stolen too.
Yeah, but Duroff had to go after that in the zone there.
Wonder if we'll see Ellis run again.
Now he's got to be careful because Green might miss high here and not feel too bad about it with a heater, and they might have him picked off. So let's see what Ellis does.
He's dancing. Green looks him back. Now pickoff move. Wide of the bag, and out is Ryan Ellis. He tried swimming his way back into second base, but was unable to. Some chirping from the Potters dugout.
At Ryan Ellis, I think he was trying to do a little too much there, and some games going on between him and Green. Green gets the better of him there on that pickoff move. So it's got to be frustrating for Duroff, who's trying to drive him in.
The 2-2, Duroff laser beams this one to left, foul. Deuces are wild to Brian Duroff. The Dads still looking for their first hit of the game. I don't feel as bad saying it when it's not the Crawdads hitting. Or pitching, excuse me. The 2-2 to Duroff. Fastball, and he stays alive this time, fouling it back behind the screen. Two and two to Duroff. 1-0 the score, bottom four. The pitch, laser beamed into left center. David's going to range over, but it's going to drop in front of him. And there we go. Crawdads, first hit of the game.
But that's the rough part about Ellis getting picked off over there at second. He's at least on third, and with his speed, maybe with a bad throw, he does score.
Yeah, I think with 2 outs with that, or excuse me, it would have been 1 out, so never mind. But yeah, I think there's a good chance he scores on that one. But hindsight is always 20/20. The Moon Man now at the plate. 0 for 1 today is Joey Donnelly. Trying to get going again. Did have 2 hits the other day. Pickoff move. Back in as Duroff. First pitch. Donnelly takes down and away. Gets away from the catcher Lee, and moving up to second is Brian Duroff. So a really nice read there. The ball didn't trickle too far away from Lee behind the plate. Now the Dads have a runner in scoring position, 2 outs, so A base hit likely to knock Duroff in. The 1-0. Donnelly takes up and in. So I wonder if there is
I don't know.
anything between these two teams.
This is weird. I mean, I don't. At first, I was okay. Green's just a little erratic, but he's missed there quite a few times.
The 2-0 to Donnelly. He takes on the outside, 2-1. It happened so much to Ryan Ellis, and then, there was that chirping between the players while he was still on the field. There was the chirping when he, got picked off of second, and you never know. 2-1 to Donnelly. Way up high, 3-1. Missing badly there was Green.
That was a mistake all the way.
Donnelly in the driver's seat, 3-1. This is the count that Ellis hit his solo shot against the Potters on Monday. Stepping off his green. Faking a pickoff move. There was no one within the vicinity of second base, though. 3-1 to Donnelly. Green. Comes set just above the belt. Delivers. Big slider over the outer edge. 3-2. Matt King waits on deck. Payoff pitch likely to come in here is Green, as King is seeing the ball well right now. The 3-2. Slider chopped back to the mound. Green knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first in time. So the Dads get their first hit, but can't bring Duroff home to score. They strand him at second. 1-0 the score. We head to the top of the fifth here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the fifth inning here at Monte Vista High School. Seth Higdon still out on the bump. Not much of a surprise. He has been tremendous today. The 1 run, unearned. Facing Zach Chamizo, Drew Stahl, and Matt Lee. First pitch, chopper back to the mound. Higdon tries to barehand it. And, I think if he lets that ball by him, Corio has a play behind the second base bag, but that'll go as a hit.
Not just that, but scary moment there to try to barehand a ball from a pitcher. Looks like he's okay, but ouch.
So not the smartest of plays.
No, that's something you don't want to get in the habit of doing.
Now Drew Stahl, I wonder if the Dads will do anything here after he was chirping with Ryan Ellis last inning. Higdon delivers, first pitch, chopper foul. I always thought it was more pleasurable to get a guy out than to throw at him. It's like, if I get you into a double play here, that's so much more fun than hitting you. Don't want to give a runner. 0-1 the count to Stahl. Pickoff move. He had Chamizo leaning a little bit, but he's back in standing. So 0-1. Stahl grounded out to King in his first at bat. The 0-1 runner fakes going, retreats, and the ball is fouled off to the right. 0-2.
Definitely looks like both teams today. I mean, not uncommon for the Crawdads. They're always pretty active out there on the bases. But Lincoln trying to feint quite a bit and try to pick their spots.
Well, they haven't seen the cannon of Andrew McKenna yet.
No, they have not.
The 0-2 slider misses down, smothered by McKenna.
And that's the other thing, McKenna's game. I mean, it's just the ball's just not really going to get away from him. So even if you do go there, McKenna, he's going to get you out there at second.
So Higdon's still ahead in the count, 1-2, 1-0 the score, top 5. Higdon sets just above the belt, takes a deep breath, now delivers, the runner goes. Ground ball right to where Corio would have been if he wasn't covering, and that's the second time today that a ball has found the gap that a player covering second has gone to.
Just some tough luck right there. That's tough because he's going to come back and cover, and just we saw that happen to Ellis. Now it happens to Corio.
So now runners on the corners. Higdon in a jam. The runner on first is Stahl. The runner on third is Shimizo. And the batter, Matt Lee, 0 for 1, struck out looking his first at bat. Higdon in a strikeout spot now. The first pitch to Lee. Just a little low, 1-0.
Oh, something Higdon hasn't really had to deal with today.
He sets and delivers. Pop up, right side, foul. Giving chase is Duroff, and he's just going to let it fly.
Did see Mark Perkins, though, on Monday get out of a real tough situation with the bases loaded.
Was not a great day from Perkins, however.
That was a tough start for Perkins.
1-1. He has the runner picked off. Duroff's going to fire it to second. Ellis's tag is there. Ellis fires to the plate. The tag by McKenna is just a little late over the head of Shimizo, and he's in to score. The Dads do get an out on the play. The first out of the inning. But Ellis's throw just sailed a little too far off up the first baseline, and McKenna couldn't place it down.
Ellis doesn't have to kind of spin around and pivot there. He probably gets it right to McKenna on time. A little bit of a risk taken there by Shimizo, but you could see that was what he was thinking as soon as there was a rundown situation between first and second.
So 1-1 the count to Matt Lee. Now no one on. 2-0 the score. Pitch is a slider. Called strike 2. 1-2. Higdon delivers fastball, a little low, 2-2. You could, we could hear the words of the Lincoln contingency there. Not too happy with the prior strike call. They're not happy with anything. The 2-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Seth Higdon, 7th time tonight he has struck a batter out. Second time it's been Matt Lee, and now there's 2 down in the top of the 5th.
I think that was almost a little bit of a frustration pitch there from Higdon and just reared back.
Now facing Kevin Gutierrez, who's 0 for 1. First pitch, slider. Misses a little outside, maybe a tad low. Gutierrez in his first at-bat popped out to Tyson Corio. Higdon delivers. Slider swung on and missed.
That was a bouncer there.
Nasty.
Maybe trying to do what Chase Stanky did.
1-1. Higdon delivers. Slider. Called the ball. Not sure where that one missed.
I don't think Higdon's too sure either.
So now behind in the count 2-1. Higdon delivers. Fastball. In on the hands. Tapped foul. 2-2. Deuces are wild. 2-0 the score. Top of the 5th inning. Crawdads looking to come right back up and get some runs on the board. The 2-2. Slider, swing, and a miss. 8 strikeouts through 5 innings for Seth Higdon, and he is dealing. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Dads looking to put runs on the board. King, McKenna, Ben, Shoshan when we come back here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Danville, California. 2-0 is the score. Matt King, Andrew McKenna, and Jack Ben Shoshan due up for the Dads. All 3 of them put really good wood on the ball in their last at-bats. Matt King absolutely crushed the ball to center, but David was right there to make the catch. Green still on the mound. The first pitch to King. High drive to left field. Ranging back is Gutierrez at the track. Matt King, do it again. 3 home runs, and he is starting to see the ball really well. That ball was clobbered.
Well, I think you can say Matt King doesn't mind facing this Lincoln pitching staff.
Think he's feeling it?
Well, I mean, on Monday he had a big banger and gets another solo shot here.
So 2-1 the score. Dads are in it. Always in it are the Crawdads. We've become accustomed to watching comebacks as the first pitch to McKenna on the inside edge, 0-1. McKenna hit a pretty deep drive to left field. His first at bat at the track. Gutierrez made a catch. Ball isn't really going to fly, but I think it's been flying more than usual today out here at Monte Vista. The 1-0, down and away, 1-1.
And we talk about it a lot, but it does get windy out here in the foothills, and 15, 16-mile-an-hour gusts is what the weather report said today, and it's sporadic, so it's not constant. It's almost like you got a time when you hit when the wind's off.
The wind is, slightly pushing out to that left side. As soon as I say that, the flag goes completely limp. The 1-1 is a big curveball, left high, 2-1.
Looked like a good pitch there, but it was a mistake. McKenna could have turned on it if he went after it.
2-1 now to Andrew McKenna, the backstop. Ripped to the first base side and right under the legs of Stanky. Hello, Bill Buckner. We'll see if they give it a hit or an error. The ball was hit really hard, but kind of right at Chase Stanky. An E3 all day.
He went down to get it and just threw his glove. Tough for McKenna because he's looking to get some more hits, but he'll get on base. He'll take that.
Now Jack Ben Shoshan with the Call of Duty music as his walk-up. 0 for 1, but hit the ball hard his first at bat. First pitch he takes down low. 1-0. Jack Ben Shoshan today. We filmed a Craw Talk with him. Look out for that one. And he said that he's the best Call of Duty player on the team. 1-0. Takes up and in, 2-0.
I might have something to say about that.
You a good COD player?
Yeah. Known to rack up the dubs on Warzone.
So I actually have to leave. The 2-0 to Ben Shoshan. Swings through a fastball. Foul tips it back into the glove of Lee. 2-1. We're introducing a new series sometime later this week called Crawdad Crackdown. It's 20 rapid-fire questions, superlatives with players on the team. That one's a fun one. 2-1 to Ben Show. He takes over the outside edge, 2-2.
And putting some of these players on the spot.
Yeah, we filmed 3 today with Devin Susky, with Kavaris Tears, with Jack Ben Shoshan. It was a good time. 2-2 to Ben Shoshan. He takes just a little outside, 3-2. Lee tried sticking that one back in, but you know, it wasn't one of the glove twisters where it looks good. It was really just, you know, click and drag almost. The 3-2. Ben Shoshan stays alive, hits this hard down the right field line, foul.
Good fight shown there by Ben Shoshan. And Green is, I want to say he's laboring. I mean, he's been very, very good so far for Lincoln, but Jack not making it easy on him.
Count is full to Ben Shoshan. Green sets and delivers. Ben Shoshan lines this one up the middle in front of David. Takes a weird bounce up to him, but he's got it. And Ben Shoshan, you know, that's just baseball. Really hard hit ball first inning, caught. Softly hit looper in the second at bat. Falls. Welcome to BABIP.
Yeah, the one that he hit to left, I mean, he hit that so hard, but right over Gutierrez, and that one, that weird, you mentioned it, Austin, that weird bounce it took, and Jeffrey David, that is, did a good job of making sure it didn't get by him, but I wonder if it hit like a little divot out there in center.
Divot, of course, not to be confused with Dylan Divot.
Oh, boy. Are we going to see
the
a
dad
pitching
jokes
change?
are wild today. The dad jokes, not to be confused with the crawdad jokes.
With the crawdad jokes, but
oh, I'm going crazy. I wonder if we'll see a pitching change. There is a righty up in the Potters bullpen right now. Not sure exactly who that is. Oh, you know who that is? That's Kajowski.
maybe just buying some time for Kajowski, but
you can tell it's Kajowski because he's got that, long, big body and, let's say, unconventional pitching motion. But he's effective. So the mound visit is over. Tyson Corio hitting righty today. Somewhat surprised that we're seeing Corio in the lineup. He's definitely a bit more comfortable from the left side, and now that they have a really good infielder from the right side, he squares to bunt, pops it up right back behind the plate. Now that the Crawdads have a really good right-handed hitting second base option in Kai Moody. By the way, that last ball about, 6 inches more, and I would have caught it.
Yeah, it's taking a path right to our booth.
I've been waiting for one this whole summer.
Didn't think you might get it on a bunt, though.
0-1 to Corio. He squares again, and this time he takes up high. 1-1.
Haven't seen the Crawdads bunt a whole lot this season. There was a game, though, when about a week ago when Ryan Ellis showed bunt, I think, in every at-bat that he had.
Crawdads do not have a sacrifice this year. Pickoff move. Crawling in safely is Andrew McKenna. That is not an exaggeration. It was like that's Mom, watch me do Spider-Man.
Awfully lucky, though, is Green. He almost let go of that ball.
1-1. Bunting is Corio. Popped up, and it'll drop just out of the reach of Lee in foul territory.
Now, bunt sign will be off now, and Corio just going to have to try to make some contact.
The Dads do have 8 sacrifice flies on the season. Of course, most recently, Kavaris Tears walk-off sack fly, but no sack bunts. You know, I think Manager Cummings is a pretty old-school guy, but surprised to see no bunts this season. 1 and 2 to Corio. Green delivers. Slider misses down low. 2 and 2.
I just feel like they haven't really had to employ that kind of strategy. They haven't had to play a whole lot of small ball. I mean, they have a lot of guys who are able to hit it into the gaps and clear the fences, but you know, every once in a while you do just need to move runners over.
2 and 2 is the count to Corio. He swings over the top of the changeup, strike 3. First out of the inning for the Dads. The lineup card flips over to Coleman Schmidt. But that's true. The Crawdads have so much power that, you know, they'll get guys on second to start an inning. I mean, you know, when you have Coleman Schmidt leading off half the time, he's going to get on base.
Because he'll get over to first, and then he'll take off and have second before you know it.
He turns a walk into a triple. So another mound visit, this time just by the catcher, Lee. The corners come in, and as soon as they labor their way over, they retreat back. Seems pointless to me.
Wonder how in they're going to play here. And oh, now there is. It does look like there's going to be a pitching change.
So a time waster there by Matt Lee behind the plate to come out for the first time, and then now they'll bring in a new pitcher. It'll be Nate Kajowski. 2-1 the score when we come back here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The new pitcher for the Potters is Nate Kajowski, the big right-hander out of Evansville. Kajowski, you know, he's been really good this summer, and his numbers, I don't think, reflect how good he's been. He had one blow-up outing where he gave up 4 runs against the Stompers, and other than that, you know, 9 2/3 innings on the summer, and outside of those 1 2/3 against the Stompers, only a run allowed in 7 innings. He's gone 6 appearances scoreless. 6 of his last 6 appearances were all scoreless, including 1 against the Crawdads, actually 2 against the Crawdads, where he's going to combine 2 innings, striking out 3, also walking 3. So he'll walk a lot of batters, 8 of them in 9 2/3 innings, also 13 hits. High whip guy, but he gets outs.
Pretty funky, too. The way he delivers the ball to the plate.
He'll be facing Coleman Schmidt, not the guy you want to face right out of bed. Schmidt, however, is 0 for 1, a walk and a ground out. McKenna on second and Ben Shoshan on first. First pitch. Crushed into left field, but ranging over to his left is Gutierrez, and he'll make the catch. Ball was hit hard.
Shortstop Ryan Ellis.
So now Ryan Ellis, 2-1 the score. Wonder if we'll see anything into Ellis.
Crawdads not having much success hitting over in Gutierrez's direction.
Right, they're hitting the ball very hard.
Yeah.
Just right at, and it's at Gutierrez every time. It's Gutierrez or David. 2 outs now. Ellis at the plate. Kajowski delivers. Ellis ropes this one over the head of the first baseman. Leaping is Stanky. Rounding third and heading home is McKenna. He's going to score. The throw is going to come into third. It's late. Ben Shoshan's in there, and Ellis stands on first with an RBI single to tie the game at 2. Great piece of hitting.
Left fielder Ryan Brown.
Well, you said is he gonna try to run the ball in on Ellis, and that one, Ellis was just able to rope it down the right field line.
Now Ryan Brome, who's uncharacteristically 0 for 2 today. A double play ball and a pop-up. First pitch, Ellis goes. The throw to second and no throw. Throw actually goes to third, but back in safely is Ben Shoshan. And now Ryan Ellis tied for second, or stands alone in second place for stolen bases in the CCL. It's Schmidt. Right after him, it's Ryan Ellis.
What a luxury to have.
Ryan Brome's not too far behind either. Brome has, a handful of steals on the summer. 8 of them.
He's been a little more sneaky, though.
The 1-0. Brome takes down and in with a slider, well blocked behind the plate by Lee.
Because you don't think of Ryan Brome as a big speed guy, but then when you watch him in the outfield, especially in left, he makes up a lot of ground.
2-2 now the score. The Crawdads have an opportunity to add on, though there are 2 outs. Ellis on second and Ben Shoshan on third. The 2-0 slider wraps around the outer edge, 2-1.
That's that pitch Kajowski can just use at any time. It's one of the reasons he's been so successful this summer for Lincoln.
2-1 is the count. Kajowski delivers. Brome takes that same slider, but this time it's down in the dirt. 3-1. So now he's in the driver's seat. I wonder if they'll elect to potentially just put him on to get that righty-righty advantage with Duroff, who's on deck, who's 1 for 2. 3-1 is the count to Brome. Kajowski comes set. The right-hander delivers. And this is outside. Ball 4. Death taxes. Ryan Brome taking walks.
Yeah, the mandatory walk of Ryan Brome seems just about every game.
25 of them this summer.
Yeah, so just to put that in perspective, the Crawdads are playing in their 25th game today. So pretty sure everybody can do the math on that.
Let's see, 25 and 20 carry the 2. That comes out to 1 a game.
Yeah, 1 a game.
So the bases are loaded for Duroff, who smashed a single up the middle in his last at-bat. First pitch from Kajowski to Duroff. Runs inside and hits him, and that's going to bring in a run. Ben Shoshan comes home to score, and the Crawdads lead it 3-2.
Well, Crawdads will definitely take that. And Kajowski, looking for out number 3 here, and obviously he did not want to hit Duroff.
So the Potters manager comes out to argue if the ball hit Duroff, and we're going to have a visit between the umpires, the trio of Ron Mosso, Ron Adams, and, well, I wrote it down, but it's hard to read my handwriting. Do you have the third base umpire?
Yeah, it's Eric Thompson.
Eric, that's what that says on my board. Thank you. And they're going to say Duroff has first base. So 3-2 now the score. The inning started with Matt King homer. McKenna reached on an error. Ben Shoshan a single. Corio struck out swinging. Schmitty lined out to left, and then a single by Ellis, a walk by Brome, and a hit by pitch by Brian Duroff. And now we're here with the bases loaded and the Moon Man coming to the plate. It's Joey Donnelly.
Ryan Stevens was able to get them to discuss whether that pitch hit Duroff, but it goes in the Crawdads' favor.
Bases are loaded for Donnelly. First pitch, way outside. 9th batter to hit this inning is Joey Donnelly. Matt King waits on deck. 3-2 now the score. The Dads trying to put a 4th run on the board. 1-0 to Donnelly. Way outside, ball 2. So, Kajowski already brought home a runner on a hit by pitch. Does not want to walk home a run.
And Donnelly's not going to swing here. I mean, it's going to have to be put on a tee for him to go after it. Kajowski's got to prove that he can find the zone again.
The 2-0 to Donnelly. Runs inside and hits him, and another run's going to come home to score. 4-2.
Well, not what Kajowski's accustomed to. As you mentioned, the last 6 appearances, great for Kajowski, but hitting a couple of batters, letting some runs in here. And a game that, you know, the Crawdads were just waiting to break out in, and all of a sudden 4 runs in this half inning. And this is not, look, every team in the CCL, you don't want to give them any kind of momentum, anything to feel good about. This is definitely not the team to give freebies to. The Crawdads will just feast.
Matt King homered to lead off this inning. Now he stands in with the bases juiced, and this is not the guy you want to have to come into right now. He is seeing the ball maybe better than anyone on this Crawdads team. Knocked 2 balls to the outfield. You heard manager Cummings there say Matty line drive. 4-2 the score. Kajowski sets high. Delivers the first pitch right down the middle with a fastball, 0-1. Taking all the way, there was Matt King. So, Kajowski known for walking guys, and it's really come to bite him here. Bases are loaded, 4-2 the score. Kajowski peers in and delivers. King takes inside, almost runs in and hits him. Tried to sell it a little bit, but to no avail. 1-1 is the count to Matt King. 2 straight hit batsmen. Don't see that a lot. The 1-1 to King. Chopper down the third base line. Foul. 1-2.
And I'm trying to think if we've seen a Crawdads reliever come in and have some trouble locating, and Colson Abel does come to mind. When he had a sequence in a game where he walked 4 straight, but he wasn't drilling guys, just couldn't find the zone, and Kajowski's having a tough time of it.
The 1-2. King takes down and away with a slider. This is reminiscent of I'm blanking on his first name, Henderson, from that came in for Arroyo Seco, excuse me. The one that gave up the grand slam to Coleman Schmidt, was unable to find the zone before that. Him and the pitcher that was in before him that walked 3 straight. Deuce is wild to Matt King, though. 4-2 the score. Kajowski delivers. King blasts this one down the left field line. Foul. Had a chance to bring in at least 2 there if it had gone fair, but into the left field corner. The runner on third, Brome. The runner on second, Duroff. The runner on first, Donnelly, with Matt King at the plate.
King has been on time today. Little out in front there, but he's seeing the ball really well.
The 2-2 pitch one more time. Kajowski takes a step off. King, the 10th Crawdad to hit this inning. They lead it 4-2. The 2-2 pitch. King takes outside with a slider, 3-2.
Kajowski just has to throw a strike here. He cannot worry about the ball being barreled up. He just has to get it over the plate, and Matt King knows that.
Can't walk in another run. That would be the 3rd free one he's allowed this inning. The 3-2. Kajowski fires. King, fly ball to left field. It's going to drop and get into the corner. Scoring is Brome. Duroff right behind him. The ball's lost in the corner. Tearing around third, Donnelly. The relay to the plate is there, and Donnelly's going to be tagged out. But King brings in 2 runs with the double. The Crawdads bat around. It's 6-2 when we head to the 6th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the 6th inning, the Crawdads put up a 6th spot in their last frame and now lead it 6-2. Seth Higdon still on the bump for the Dads. Wouldn't be surprised if this, however, is his last inning of work. He's been very good to this point. He'll be facing the top of the lineup. Jeff David, Chase Weissenborn, and Chase Stanky. David 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks. Both of them swinging. Higdon, the first pitch. Fly ball right center and hard hit. Schmidt's ranging over. So is Ben Shoshan. Schmidt makes the catch in the alleyway for the first out of the inning.
Got on his horse there, did Coleman Schmidt. He covered a lot of ground. That was a well-struck ball there by David.
Now Weisenborn, 0 for 2, reached on an error in his last at-bat. Do you see Hollis Fanning over there being the bullpen protector? First pitch, catches the zone on a fastball. He is such a dork.
Yeah, he's kind of doing a few little antics out there as well. He's walking like a crab.
6'8" crab. 0-1 to Weissenborn. Higdon delivers a fastball. Chopped foul, left side. Oh, and 2 now to Weissenborn, who has already struck out once today. The 0-2 slider popped into the air, center field, and much easier play for Schmidt, who settles under it and makes the catch one-handed style for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Higdon just has had nothing but success against the top of the order of the Potters. I mean, the only one out of the 1, 2, and 3 spots able to get a hit was Stanky, and it was kind of a fluke.
Now Stanky, who did have that fluke hit with Ellis running to cover the second base bag, just eluded his grasp a little bit. 1 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch, changeup it looks like over the outside. Haven't seen that much from him today, but surprise, surprise, it's a good pitch either way. 0-1. Higdon gave up his first earned run of the summer in his last inning. The 0-1. Fastball just misses outside, 1-1. Action in both of the bullpens, as for the Potters, it's number 28. His name is eluding me on the board as the 1-1 misses outside. 28, Connor Gibson. There we go. Senior out of Northwestern Oklahoma State, and for the Dads, it's Ben Clark, the righty, out of formerly Dixie State. The 2-1. Chopper first base side, and just foul, 2-2. Deuces are wild when we return to play, as McKenna goes out to have a short mound visit with Higdon.
I want to get this pitch right, possibly Higdon's last of what has just been an outstanding start for him.
2 runs on 3 hits and an error for Lincoln. 6 runs, 6 hits, and a pair of errors for the Crawdads. Higdon, 2-2 to Stanky. He delivers. Fastball. Called strike 3. Wow. Seth Higdon lets out a big sigh of relief as that ball was up and in. But Seth Higdon, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strikeouts in 6 innings. What a day from Seth Higdon. If that's the end of it, not a bad way to end it. 6-2 the score. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Andrew McKenna to lead off for the Dads here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He reached base his last at bat on a screamer down the first base line, but it was right under the glove of Stanky over at first. He was not having his best day. The first pitch, McKenna swings through a changeup from the new pitcher, Connor Gibson. Gibson out of Northwestern Oklahoma State University in Oklahoma. 1-0 this summer, 6.38 ERA. First, the 0-1 is outside. You know, Northwestern Oklahoma State is in the northwestern part of Oklahoma. The 1-1. McKenna flips it foul off to the left. Gibson this summer, 1-0 in 9 appearances, 18 innings, 23 strikeouts, just 4 walks. It's a phenomenal strikeout to walk ratio, but 22 hits. The 1-2. McKenna strikes out swinging on a big curveball, blocked behind the plate by Lee. He fires to first in time to get McKenna for the first out of the inning. Gibson in his last inning against the Packers, win an inning, gave up 4 runs, 5 hits, and a strikeout. But other than that, he's been great this summer. Jack Ben Shoshan, the hitter. 1 for 2 officially, 2 great at bats, however. Hit a scorcher into left field his last at bat. No more action for the Dads in their bullpen. I wonder if Higdon is going to go out for another frame. First pitch to Ben Show, misses down.
Well, I mean, he's been good enough to warrant just putting him right back out there. He hasn't really given manager Brant Cummings any reasons to pull him out. So, well, I mean, we'll see. It looks likely right now, at least.
The 1-0. Ben Shoshan, high fly ball to left field. If it's fair, this one has a chance. Gutierrez at the track, off the foul pole. Jack Ben Shoshan, his first home run of the summer. It adds on to the Crawdads' lead. It's 7-2. These Crawdads, they can hit.
They can, and a real great at-bat there from Jack Ben Shoshan, who just finally gets that first big hit after coming back from injury, and that should get him feeling real comfortable once again here now that he's back with the Dads out in the outfield and fully available for them.
First pitch to Corio, batting left-handed on the outside, 0-1. Think his finger's feeling all right?
Yeah, he got all of that ball, swung right on it.
The 0-1 to Corio, and he takes just a little low. 1-1.
A little bit of payback today from the Crawdads in the direction of the Potters. The Potters beat them up 12-3 on Monday.
The 2-1. Corio flips this one off to the left, foul. 2-2. Got a little excited there. I'm so happy to see Ben Show back in the lineup. I'm sure his parents are too.
No, you know what? And I'm sure he's happy he hit that home run.
The 2-2. Corio takes down low, 3-2.
And that just stayed fair. I mean, off the foul pole. Can't get any closer than that.
3-2 is the count to Corio. Schmidt waiting on deck. Gibson. And actually 2-2 is the count. It is 2-2. A lot of confusion there. These Potters coaching staff not too happy right now. The 2-2 to Corio. Swing and a miss. A really nice changeup by Gibson, and that's the second time Corio has gone down on strikes tonight, the second out of the inning.
Center fielder Coleman.
Now Coleman Schmidt. Another 0-for so far today for Schmidt. Did give the ball a ride his last at bat. Also grounded out to second and walked. 0-for-2 officially.
Yeah, 0-for on Monday and hasn't been able to find the green here.
First pitch misses low, 1-0.
But you know what? Coleman Schmidt, if he gets hot again, could start another month of terror for the CCL North.
The 1-0 to Schmidt. About a 38-footer. Down. 2-0. Schmidt now, for the first time in what feels like forever, batting average under 400.
Don't say that every day.
38 for 97 now as the 2-0 fouled off his foot. 2-1. So he's got to go 2 for his next 3 to bring that batting average up into the 4s. The 2-1 up and into Schmidt, and that looked awfully similar to the pitch that Chase Stanky was called strike 3 on.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Schmidt took it after seeing that call to strike earlier, but
the 3-1. Schmidt fouls this one off to the right, 3-2. 7-2 the score now. 7 hits, 2 errors for the Dads. It's been an offensive explosion these last couple innings. Count is full to Schmidt with Ellis waiting on deck. The 3-2. Line drive into left field. Gutierrez makes the catch. It hangs up just enough for the 3rd out of the inning. So Coleman Schmidt still 0 for 3 now. 7-2 is the score. I'll on to say back on play-by-play when we come back for the top of the 7th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Top of the 7th inning, the Crawdads in front, 7-2. Seth Higdon had a great start today, but he has been yanked, and coming in relief of Higdon is Ben Clark. Clark comes in 1-0 this summer, 5.06 ERA. This is his 7th appearance. He's thrown just 1 out under 11 innings. So 10 2/3 there, 6 strikeouts, 6 walks. Clark's last appearance was June 29th, a little while ago. That was against the Sonoma Stompers, an 8-3 victory for the Crawdads. Through 2 innings, did Clark, gave up a hit, a walk, struck out 3, faced 8, didn't give up any runs. So good to see the righty from Dixie State College on the mound for the Crawdads here. He'll try to preserve this big lead that Walnut Creek enjoys right now. And it's going to be 4, 5, and 6 for the Potters. Trey Furry, the designated hitter, then Nolan McCarthy and Zachary Chamizo. Furry 0 for 2, but did have a sacrifice bunt for an RBI. Pitch here misses low, and the count 1-0. Crawdads have a chance to at least keep pace with Healdsburg. Depends what they do tonight against Sonoma. That game's going to get started soon here as this pitch misses inside and the count 2-0. Two-0 pitch. This misses low and away, and the count 3 balls and no strikes. So Ben Clark still to find the strike zone here. coming out of the bullpen in this top of the 7th. Pitch here, and ooh, this comes in, and that hits Trey Furry. Was waiting there to see if that hit any part of the bat. It did not, so right in on the hands. Trey Furry hit by a pitch. He'll be at first.
You know, even with a big lead, you never want to walk a leadoff hitter, especially not a guy like Furry. It's not, you know, it's not like he's the guy you want to pitch to necessarily, but you never want to walk a leadoff batter, especially after you score a run.
I feel bad for Trey Furry. They're getting hit by a pitch. He's just coming back from injury recently from a pinched nerve in his back, so he's getting beat up as this pitch is in there for a strike to Nolan McCarthy. McCarthy 0 for 2 today. Clark shook off McKenna there momentarily. And the 0-1, and this is hit very hard and very deep to left center, and that's gone, no doubt about it. And quickly now, it is a 3-run ball game. It is 7-4. Crawdads still with the lead, but getting every bit of that was Nolan McCarthy for his 2nd home run of the summer, and that might be the deepest home run he's ever hit. That was his 10th RBI.
He bat flips out like it was a walk-off.
That was a huge blast, and that's going to take a while to find that ball.
Second baseman, Zach Chamizo.
Oh, how quickly things can change. The hit by pitch of Furry, then the big blast there from McCarthy, and then Chamizo showing bunt here on the strike as he was not able to pull it away, and the pitch was in the zone. But interesting to see Chamizo try to get on base with the bunt. And a big swing and a miss there, and now down 0-2 is Chamizo. Chamizo 1 for 2. Had a hit, came around to score in the 5th. Pitch here, this misses away.
So a nice little bounce back early from Clark to get 2 straight strikes and then try to get him to fish.
The 1-2 pitch, and he does go after that one in the dirt, but able to make a little bit of contact with it and foul it into the backstop. So the count stays 1-2. But yeah, a good way to try to come back here for Ben Clark after giving up just maybe one of the deepest runs we'll see all year here. As this pitch is in there, and striking out looking is Zach Chamizo. He's not in love with that, but that was definitely in there. And he's punched out. So Ben Clark, after giving up the 2 RBI home run there, is able to get an out. It is 7-4 Crawdads, but one thing the Crawdads should definitely know, no lead is safe. They've come back on a lot of teams as this pitch is fouled away over near the bullpen of the Potters, and the count 0-1 to Drew Stahl. The 0-1 pitch from Clark, and this is fouled in that same direction, and the count 0-2. So Clark able to get it up there to Stahl, and Stahl just trying to put a good swing on it, but a couple of foul balls over into the bullpen, and he's going to have to fight now. Clark shakes McKenna off. Taking a long time here. Finally, time is called there. Stahl didn't want to wait that long, and back in now, and working quickly is Clark. The pitch and a big swing and a miss there. So Ben Clark with his 2nd straight strikeout.
Sit him down.
Well, sit him down and showing some resilience after letting the Potters get back to within striking distance here. 7-4 the score. Crawdads want to get into the bottom of the 7th with it just being a 3-run ball game. Don't want it to be any worse as this pitch is strike. The 0-1 pitch, and looking for the outside black there was Clark, but doesn't get it. And the count 1-1 to Matthew Lee. Matthew Lee has struck out a pair of times today, one looking, one swinging. The 1-1 pitch, and he chops this over into the dugout of the Potters, and the count 1-2. Still waiting for the game to start up in Sonoma between the Prune Packers and the Stompers. 1-2 pitch and a check swing there in the dirt. The appeal over to the first base umpire, Ron Adams. He says he did not swing. So Matthew Lee will see another pitch.
My favorite thing about check swings is there's just so much inaudible noise that no one knows what anyone's saying.
2-2 pitch and a big swing and a miss there. Sit him down, Ben Clark. Able to get out of the top of the 7th. He does give up 2 runs on a big home run from Nolan McCarthy, his 2nd of the year. But the Crawdads are still in front, 7-4. Bottom of the 7th when we return here on the Crawdads streaming network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. Ryan Ellis stepping in. Takes the first pitch low for a ball from Connor Gibson, who's still on the mound for the Lincoln Potters. And the 1-0 pitch, and this comes in. Brushes Ellis back, and the count 2-0. Crawdads currently lead 7-4. Pitch here to Ellis, and he fouls this back off of the leg armor of the catcher Lee. It's Ellis, Brome, and Duroff. Ellis has been hit by a pitch. He's walked. He also had a hit in the 5th. And he's going to have another one here as this drops into right field, and it takes a huge bounce over Nolan McCarthy's head. That's going to be 2 for Ellis. Will he round second? He does not. That's a double, and whoa, a cannon being shown off there by Nolan McCarthy. He just threw that ball from the right field fence all the way to third base. What a wicked bounce that ball took.
The best part about that for Ellis is it's a double.
Double was what he was looking for on Monday. So here comes Ryan Brome. Brome hitless today. Did walk in the 5th, came around to score. And the pitch to Brome, who hits this hard down the right field line. Is that fair? It is. Ellis going to round third. He's going to score, and it's going to be a double with an RBI on top for Ryan Brome. It is now 8-4 Crawdads, so the Dads immediately getting one back here in the bottom of the 7th.
10th double of the summer for Ryan Brome. Are you kidding me?
That is a lot. He does not have just the 1 RBI, but check that, the 1 home run, but 10 doubles and now 26 driven in for Ryan Brome. 25. Check that. He came into this game with 24. So here's Brian DeRoff. First pitch to DeRoff is flipped in there for a strike. Count 0-1. DeRoff struck out in the first, had a hit in the fourth, and was hit by pitch. Came around to score in the fifth. Oh, Brome just off of second. Back-to-back doubles, getting things started here for the Crawdads in the bottom of the seventh. Back up by 4. Couple of peaks back, and now the pitch. This misses away. And the count 1-1. Taking a long time looking in is Gibson. Peeks back to second and fires, and this bounces up to Lee. Lee does a good job making sure it doesn't get by him. The count 2-1. Crawdads trying to keep a firm grasp on second and eventually try to vault into first in the CCL North. The pitch, and this runs in on DeRoff. That's called a ball. The count 3-1. So DeRoff, hitter's count here. Walks and hit by pitches have been a problem for Lincoln today. Unearned runs have been a big issue, and this pitch is fouled away into the cage. And the count 3-2. Oh, full count to Brian DeRoff. Brome off of second. The Crawdads up by 4. Trying to even out the 2 runs they just gave up in the top of the 7th. Take away any momentum that the Potters may have thought they had. The 3-2 pitch, Brome checks on this, and it misses, and Brome is walked. Oh, here comes Joey Donnelly. Donnelly, a strikeout in the second. Hit by a pitch in the fifth, and in the fourth, he grounded out. So 0 for 2 for Donnelly, officially. Oh, Brome over at second, DeRoff at first. And here is Donnelly. Pitch to Donnelly. That's in there, and the count 0-1. Donnelly has been stuck on 4 home runs and 16 RBIs for a little while. Trying to get his bat heated up again. The 0-1 pitch to the lefty. Donnelly hits this very high, just past the third base bag, and ranging back to make the play was Stahl. That was a tough one to track down, but he does put it away for out number 1. So here comes Matt King. Had a huge home run in the 5th, then also had a 2 RBI double. That was when the Crawdads batted around.
Think you would benefit from adding a couple more RBI on the board.
Pitch to King, and there's a curveball that's in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. Not a lot of bend on that from Gibson, but it got in there. And the 0-1 pitch, and King goes right after it, but fouls this over by the opposing bullpen. Count 0-2. The 0-2 to King, and this misses away. Almost acted as a pitch out there. The count 1-2. Although probably not intentional because you don't really see a pitch out happen too often anymore. 1-2 pitch, and this bounces away from Lee. It gets all the way to the backstop. And both runners will advance, so the Crawdads now with 2 runners in scoring position. Brome over at third, Duroff at second, and the count 2-2 to Matt King.
It's a big one, especially now with less than 2 outs. King could just, put a ball in the air, and it would likely score at least 1.
And the way King's been squaring things up today, and then even had the big home run on Monday, he's been hitting this Potters pitching pretty well. Gibson sets, fires. This pitch in there. King goes down looking. He knew it. Just could not pull the trigger there, and there's 2 away.
Just a big breaking ball there. Couldn't do anything with it as it caught the inner edge. So, not an easy way to go down, but he does go down, and he's had a good day. I think he's fine with that one.
He's had a very good day. That would have been a tough pitch to do anything with other than just fight off and try to see another one. But here comes Andrew McKenna. 0 for 3. Did come around to score, though, because he did get on base. There was an error on the first baseman, Stanky, as this pitch is popped up into foul territory, and that's going to land foul. Taking off the cap to try to go make the play on it was Gutierrez. Almost taking off that cap like a catcher would flip the mask off. Oh, the count 0-1. McKenna has quickly become a friend to everybody on this Crawdads team. His defense has been stellar. The 0-1 pitch to McKenna. This misses away. Dropped there by Lee, but doesn't get away from him. And the count even at a ball and a strike with 2 outs here. Crawdads lead 8-4, but a couple of runners in scoring position on second and third. They have a chance to keep adding on. One has already scored this half inning. The pitch, and a big rip and a big miss there from McKenna. Tried catching up to a pitch that was high. And the count 1-2. 1-2 pitch for the Crawdads catcher. McKenna able to fight this off. And you'll see another pitch.
It's the Dads are looking good right now, but if you ask our good friend Michael Barabalt, that Stompers game is looking really important right now. So what would he say?
That slam ball game, it really is. 4-run ball game. It is a slam ball game here in Danville, California. The 1-2 pitch and a big swing and a miss from McKenna. So able to get out of it is Gibson. The Crawdads are able to score 1. It is 8-4. Unfortunately for the Crawdads, they strand runners at second and third. Top of the 8th when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Top of the 8th inning in Danville, California. The Crawdads lead by 4. It is 8-4 Walnut Creek against the visiting Lincoln Potters. Ben Clark His day is done out of the bullpen. 1 inning pitched, gave up a hit, 2 runs to earn. That hit was a 2-run blast. Did strike out 3, but he'll turn things over to Idris Azani. So the big Azani out of the pen here in the top of the 8th for the Dads. Comes in still with a perfect ERA, triple zeros. Does have a save. Has thrown 8 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. The last time, he's given up 1 hit as well. That's awfully impressive. But the last time Azani pitched was on July 2nd. That was a 6-0 victory for the Crawdads against the Stompers. He threw 2 innings of shutout ball, walked 1, struck out 3, faced 7. So it's going to be 9, 1, and 2 for the Potters, Gutierrez, David, and Weisenborn. First pitch from Idris Azani, and that's just a little low, and the count 1-0. Today's starter for the Crawdads, Seth Higdon, was able to go 6. Pitched very effectively. This misses outside. Gave up 3 hits, 2 runs. Struck out 9. Didn't walk anybody. The 2-0 pitch, and this bounces up to McKenna, and the count 3-0. Gutierrez 0 for 2 today, but ahead here, and this misses away, and Gutierrez has a walk. He's on base for the first time this afternoon. Elsewhere around the CCL, as Jeffrey David is getting ready for his 4th at-bat. He's 0 for 3, but the Academy Barons ahead 2-1 against the Arroyo Seco Saints down in Compton. Healdsburg, in the bottom of the 1st, leads the home team Sonoma Stompers 1-0. It's 0-0 Caneo Oaks and San Luis Obispo Blues at Sinsheimer Park. Down in San Luis Obispo, as this is a strike. Good pitch there from Azani, in the count 0-1 to David. About 10 minutes away from first pitch between the Santa Barbara Foresters and the OC Riptide. That'll be at the Great Park down in Irvine. The 0-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss, and a good slider there from Azani. That count 0-2. And then at 7 p.m. up in Humboldt, Solano is going to be playing an out-of-league game against the Crabs. The Crawdads trying to make sure they get a victory here, and the 0-2 pitch, this misses away. It bounces away from McKenna, the first one that we've seen get away from him all season. That'll be a wild pitch on Azani. And Gutierrez is able to advance to second, but if they are able to lock this potential victory up, I'm sure they'll all be tuning in and seeing what happens between the Prune Packers and the Stompers. Crawdads in second place in the CCL North, a game back of Healdsburg. Azani looking back to second. The pitch, and that's in there, and that's a strikeout. Idris Azani able to take care of Jeffrey David. That is David's 3rd strikeout of the afternoon. So he's 0 for 4. It has not been David's day at the plate. And he now has 15 Ks this summer. So here's Chase Weisenborn, 1 away. Does have a runner in scoring position. The pitch to the righty, Weisenborn, and Azani misses away here, and the count 1-0. Weisenborn 0 for 3, struck out in the first. Did get on base in the 4th. That was an error on Ryan Ellis. He came around to score. Taking a long look in is Idris Azani. The 1-0, and this misses away. The count 2-0. The Crawdads will be back at it tomorrow here at Monte Vista High School in Danville, California. However, it will be a non-league game. It'll be against the Cal Bees at 4 p.m., but we'll have it for you. The 2-0 pitch, big cut and big miss. Count 2-1. Azani able to get himself on the board with a strike there. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Crawdads will be on the road down south. A couple of games against Santa Barbara, the Foresters, and then on Sunday against the Blues in San Luis Obispo. This pitch misses. I count 3 balls and a strike. Well, the Potters were able to score 2 in the top of the 7th, but the Crawdads able to get 1 back in the bottom of the 7th. That's why it's 8-4, and that's a walk issued there by Idris Azani, second out of the pen. Now, this is what the Crawdads cannot have happen here. They're in a good position here to keep pace with Healdsburg. And the bullpen has been pretty rock solid over the past 2 weeks. But Azani has put a couple of men on here. And here's Chase Stanky. Stanky 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, but lines this right over to Corio, who's going to go to second for 1. Ellis going to come up and not be able to get that ball over to first. And wait a second here. So it looked like that ball hit the dirt, and they're saying that Corio caught it, and then they got an out over at first. So now we're going to have to see how this is sorted out, and manager Ryan Stevens coming out here now to talk to all 3 umpires. He wants to have a conversation about it. From our vantage point up here in the booth, it looked like that ball hit the dirt, and the Crawdads were only going to get an out over at second. And this is kind of wild. The Potter's not happy with that. That would be a double play if it does stand, but I don't know if things are going to get reversed here. And Ron Adams trying to explain to manager Ryan Stevens what happened, and the Potters are now going to have to come out and play some defense. So it is a double play that ends the top of the 8th. We'll try to clean things up and figure out exactly why it was called that way. It definitely looked like that ball hit the dirt, but it works in favor of the Crawdads. It is still 8-4. Crawdads will be up to bat in the bottom of the 8th when we return here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back here. Danville, California, bottom of the 8th. Crawdads lead 8-4, and just some housekeeping on that last play. So the way it was ruled, that ball it was ruled that it didn't bounce. And then Corio caught it on a line and then fired over to second, and that's where the second out was. So that's the double play. It's 4-6. That's how it goes down in the books. That's a backbreaker for the Potters, who thought they maybe were going to get something going there that half inning, but the Crawdads get a gift of a double play, and they're still in front by 4. Now there is a new pitcher on the mound for the Potters. It's going to be Lucas Webb.
Leading off the bottom of the eighth inning,
The
ball
Crawdads
right fielder number 7, Jack.
bumping the road on Monday, but looks like everything's going their way once again here this afternoon. So it's going to be 8, 9, and 1 for the Dads. Ben Shoshan, Corio, and Schmidt. Lucas Webb, 6'6", righty. From Louisiana Monroe, he'll be a senior. Has not thrown yet for the Potters this summer, so no stats on him. The first pitch he throws this summer for the Potters is fouled away by Ben Shoshan for strike number 1. The 0-1 pitch, and that's in there. That finds the zone. And the count 0-2. Jack Ben Shoshan, who's having a pretty darn good day. He's 2 for 3. A lot of hard hit balls. Even the time he was out was a liner over to the left fielder Gutierrez, but he had that big home run as well. The 0-2 pitch, and this misses low and away, and the count 1-2. We'll see if Azani stays in for the 9th, although there is a reliever getting warm in the pen for the Crawdads. And the 1-2 pitch to Jack Shoshan, and Ben Shoshan that is, and it misses high. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Webb taking a long set, now a fire. And that misses outside. Jack Ben Shoshan's going to see another pitch. Maybe trying to frame it was Lee. But Jack Ben Shoshan, 3-2 count, payoff pitch, and this misses away, and Jack Ben Shoshan has a walk. The Crawdads get a base runner here in the bottom of the 8th, and here comes the number 9 man, Tyson Corio, who was part of a huge double play just moments ago, where he was able to catch a ball on a line that we'll have to watch that on replay a couple of times. It definitely looked like it hit the dirt. Throw over to second, got the second out. But Corio 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts in his last 2 at-bats. And the pitch to Corio hits this hard on the ground. It gets out of the glove of the first baseman, Stanky. Boy, Corio hit that hard. Luckily for Stanky that they were able to recover there and get that out. But that was right to Stanky, and it looked like it hit him right in the glove, and then it ricocheted off. But a good recovery there, and there's one away. Ben Shoshan able to make it over to second. And here comes Coleman Schmidt, who's 0 for 3. And the steal is on here. Runner goes, and in safely is Jack Ben Shoshan, and looks like all the fingers are okay. He's at third. Count 1-0. Coleman Schmidt was able to get on base in the first. He did walk. But he had a liner out to left. He flew out to left. He's grounded out once today. So Coleman Schmidt has not had a hit in the last 2 games. And he goes after this pitch, fouls it away. And the count 1-1. On deck, Ryan Ellis. Crawdads have another insurance run over at third. If Schmidt can put the ball in play here, the infield coming all the way in on the grass. Outfield shallow as well, and that's in there for a strike. And the count 1-2. Schmidt just looking to make some hard contact here. Force a tough play out of these infielders. Webb sets. Leg kick deals, and Schmidt fighting this off out of play, and the count stays 1-2. Seth Higdon in line to get his second win of the summer if things hold up for the Crawdads. The 1-2 pitch, Schmidt hits this, but right over to the shortstop, Weisenborn, who throws on to first for out number 2. So coming in, the right decision there for the Potters. There's 2 away. Ben Shoshan has to stay parked over at third. And here's Ryan Ellis. Last 2 at-bats have been great for Ellis. A double. Came around to score in the 7th after that, and an RBI single in the 5th, and that's in there. Count 0-1. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st, and he walked in the 4th. So a perfect day for Ellis so far, 2 for 2. Pitch here to Ellis, and this misses in. Webb gathers, sets at the belt. Here it is, and this is fouled away. Count a ball and 2 strikes to the Crawdads shortstop, who has now seen his average get past the 300 mark today. Came in batting .299. 1-2 pitch. Ellis pops this up about a mile high, just onto the outfield grass behind the shortstop position. Weisenborn fighting the sun has it for out number 3. Crawdads not able to get a run there. Ben Shoshan stranded over at third. It is still 8-4. Crawdads trying to close things down when we return here on the Crawdads streaming network. Top of the 9th. Crawdads looking for the victory. It's going to be Owen Stevenson on the mound. This will be his last appearance for the Crawdads. Only his second appearance. He's headed to the Cape Cod League after this. He's going to head to the Northeast. He comes in 1-0. The lone time he pitched was on July 3rd against the Healdsburg Prune Packers. That's where Kavares Tears walked things off with a deep fly ball to left. Able to drive in the winning run. But Stevenson was able to get 2 outs and get the win. Walked 1, faced 5, gave up 2 hits, but no runs. If everything stays the way it is right now, Seth Higdon will get the win. That'll be his second of the summer. And Brian Green will drop down to 0-2 as he is the pitcher of record for the Potters. tough day for Green because he pitched very well, but a lot of unearned runs scored by the Crawdads, 5 of them in that bottom of the 5th. So, the last chances here for the Potters, it's 4, 5, and 6. Furry, McCarthy, and Chamizo. Pitch from the righty here is hit right back to Stevenson, has it, throws over to first. 1 pitch, 1 out in the top of the 9th. Oh, here comes Nolan McCarthy, bottom of the 2nd up at Arnold Field, and Sonoma, California still 1-0 Prune Packers. Sonoma hanging in there right now. Crawdads looking for all the help they can get. Pitch here to McCarthy is bunted right back at the pitcher. Stevenson, who goes down to a knee to get it and throws to first for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Oh, here comes Zachary Chamizo.
Second baseman, Zach Chamizo.
He's 1 for 3. Had a hit in the 5th. Looking for a 3-pitch inning here. Stevenson, he's not going to get it. Misses high there, and the count 1-0. And now time being called here by home plate umpire Ron Moss. So now we're back in. And here's the 1-0 pitch from Stevenson. A big swing and a miss there. Good fastball. Blown right by him. And the count 1-1. Pitch here. That hits the outside black to the lefty Chamizo, and the count 1-2. Crawdads just 1 out away from their 17th victory of the summer. Here's the 1-2, and this is fouled back into the fencing. Count stays 1-2. Oh, Crawdads 1 more at home tomorrow before heading on the road down south to Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo. Tomorrow a non-CCL game against the Cal Bees, but another game that the Crawdads have a chance to win. The 1-2 pitch, there's a big breaking ball that misses, and the count 2-2. 2-2 pitch, and this is fought off again and fouled out of play on the left side, and the count stays 2-2. Just trying to get Zachary Chamizo out is Owen Stevenson. Potters will play the West Coast Kings at McBean for their next game. 2-2 pitch, and this is chopped over to the third baseman, King, who picks it on a hop. He throws to first, and that is the ball game. The Crawdads win 8-4. Now, after getting blown out 12-3 on Monday, the Crawdads exact a little bit of revenge against the Lincoln Potters. They have now won their 17th game of the summer. They are 17-8. Game started at 4:09, ended at 6:46. Final time of the ball game, 2 hours and 37 minutes. It was a pretty straightforward victory for the Crawdads. I mean, it looked like it was going to be a dogfight, and then they exploded for 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th, 5 of them unearned. And then able to tack on a few more for an 8-4 victory. Final line, the victorious home team Crawdads, 8 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. The visiting Potters, 4 runs, 4 hits, an error. The winner for the Crawdads is Seth Higdon. He moves to 2-0. Was able to go 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Struck out 9. A great performance by Seth Higdon. Brian Green with the loss. He drops down to 0-2, pitched 4 1/3 innings. Gave up 1 run, 1 earned run, but defense and the reliever, Nate Kajowski, really let him down. He had 3 walks and 3 strikeouts as well. The Crawdads able to get the victory. They move to 12-6 in league play. And no matter what happens between Healdsburg and Sonoma, so say worst case scenario, Healdsburg is able to win, Crawdads aren't able to get any ground, but they'll stay just 1 game back. So the Crawdads once again victorious here on July 6th in Danville, California at Monte Vista High School. They win 8-4. We will see everybody tomorrow. And we'll see if it's going to be a bullpen game against the Cal Bees, a non-league game for the Crawdads. That game at 4 p.m. from Danville, California at Monte Vista High School. We'll have that here on the Walnut Creek Crawdads streaming network. Hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for inviting us into your home. And for Austin Oda, I'm Alon to say, once again, the Crawdads win 8-4 here against the Potters. We'll see everybody tomorrow.